And they have to test your vitals every time you get in there. And you have to be between a certain number in order for them, in order for you to get plasma that day. With nine, they would say you gotta go home. You gotta try again another day.
What if a nigga really need that 70, bro?
Please. Thank you. Yeah.
I guess I gotta just shoot up this place, bro.
And then they ask like the obvious question, like if you tested positive for like anything STD related and stuff like that. Then you can do plasma.
Well, niggas lying up there, so they just giving out plasma stuff. All right.
They just they draw blood from you, so they already do the testing. And then I think it's 13 weeks. They take blood before they start going to plasma, and they say that.
For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. And the Aggies will kick this away to get us going. And here's the fair catch by the return man. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Hand off to the back. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
What a nice job here by this offensive line in the back to pick up this first down. And, Chris, you know better than me growing up in this area. Penn State's offense and the ability to run the ball, probably been doing it as well as anybody in college football for decades. Going back to guys like the late, great Franco Harris and Kajana Carter and Larry Johnson and Miles Sanders more recently. And, of course, Saquon Barkley. I mean, the list goes on of great Penn State running backs. And I'm sure they're proud to see him running the football the way he is today.
Caught over the middle. It's Lawrence. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
The key on a drag route is to put the ball out in front of the wide receiver to give him a chance to do what he just did. Pick up some valuable yards after the catch.
The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Breaks loose at the 40. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big, positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost, and forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
Takes the toss, testing the right side here. Aiming for the end zone. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Penn State. Well, that start could not have gone any better, Kirk.
Well, Chris, as you know, it's always huge for an offense's confidence to score on the opening drive. Most times, coordinators are just kind of feeling the defense out, giving them a lot of different formations, kind of see how they react to getting points on the board. Man, that's a huge plus.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Returner decides to fair catch this. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. They'll test the right side here. brought down after picking up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Sacked on heavy pressure there.
Love the call here by the defensive coordinator to be able to call this linebacker blitz to come up with a sack. And over the years, Penn State blitzes these backers and are more effective than maybe any school in the country.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk? He's looking deep here. Oh, and it's dropped right off his hands. A chance for a big play, but a little early nerves on the part of the receiver. The Aggies will line up to punt it away. Looking to flip the field here. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. In the last possession, the defense just had no answer for this powerful ground game. Let's see what they can do this time. Defense is coming after him. Grab down the middle. It's Winton. Finding some room at the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hold on here. We do have a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So that huge scoring play is wiped away by the penalty. Potentially a monumental call in this game. Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Peters. They're finally able to stop him. The quarterback brings the big man down. Not easy to do with that size difference.
Boy, he has such great size. I just love this play call on 1st and 10. The defense is expecting a run. Instead, you go play action, and you throw it to the big man for some positive yards on 1st and 10.
Grab down the middle. It's Winton. And he'll be brought down.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
The catch makes it a more manageable 3rd down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. And the Nittany Lions have 1st and 10 here. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Tipped and then drops. A chance to make a play, but instead it's 3rd down.
In college football today, the quarterbacks get rid of the ball often so fast that this is a great example for young players on the defensive line. If you can't get to the quarterback, watch their eyes and try to get your hands up so when the ball comes, you can knock it away.
They'll change the pre-snap look now. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Looking for his back. Dumps a short throw down to the running back. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the 1st down. Good job there finding the back in that angle route. The timing was perfect there.
Yeah, effective 3rd down play to be able to move the chains. I really like the cut there on the route by the running back, getting across the middle of the field. And like you said, the quarterback does a nice job of getting the ball out of his hands quickly to give the back a chance to not only catch the ball, but get the yards for the 1st down.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. And it's caught off the deflection. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
Well, let's give the tight end a lot of credit here off that deflected football. The concentration and the nice hands to go up off of that tip ball to make that catch.
He'll be brought down just a few inches short of that first down marker.
Well, they tried to grind that out for those 2 yards, and they came up just short. I'm talking inches short. You know the players are going to say, hey, Coach, let's go for it. We can make it. We can make it. It's 4th down in inches. Get behind that line and go for it.
Oh, they stopped him short. What a 4th down play, and they will take over on downs now.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
Oh, nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
Well, this is just an outstanding job by this defender being in phase against this receiver and being able to tip that ball away. He actually tips it up into the air. The offense catches a break, but that ball's not intercepted.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
And he's got it. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on 3rd down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
They bring them down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. Keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off.
Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. They finally bring him down, but not before he gets all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Good. Nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this deep...
And is intercepted. Across midfield. Inside the 30. At the 10 now. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And the defense joins the party with a pick 6. And the interception taken to the house. A pick 6. Potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick 6. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. They're trying to recover from that last possession. They had things going, but then a pick 6, a devastating play. They got to recover from that right now. And the runner brought down after just a short gain.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Lets it fly to the wideout. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. Stopped at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Boy, a huge play here for Texas A&M. A nice throw, but even a better catch by this wide receiver. Man, they've had some great ones over the years at College Station. Guys like Mike Evans and Anais Smith most recently. Going back to Christian Kirk. Guys with some size and speed.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. They'll try to run it with the option. He'll toss it to the back. And they bring him down, but not before he picks up the first. Good execution on the option. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. They'll run the option. Pitch to the back. Brought down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3.
Chris, it's the consistency of this pack is giving this defense some fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
picked off. Brought down after a short return, but the pick sets up the offense at the 39.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Trying to find some room. It's Winton. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Looking to pass here on second down. Down he goes, a sack.
Well, that's the kind of play right there that this defense has been looking for. Maybe that'll spark them because, let's face it, this game has not gone the way they had hoped. But a play like that sometimes can create some momentum and change the complexion of the football game.
That sack sets up a third down play. Oh, he's looking to throw. He's got a receiver wide open here. Breaks clear, end zone ahead. Finally brought down to the 12. An explosive play puts him in great scoring position.
Boy, a huge play by this offense. A good throw, nice accurate throw. But I think it's the run after the catch that really impresses me. And early in this game, you got to think they're going to continue to go back to him until this defense shows that they can slow him down.
Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And he's finally tackled at the 3. Defense getting pushed backwards.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
An important third down conversion coming here in the red zone. And the back now goes in motion. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State. And they get set now to try the PAT. And the extra point makes it a 3-touchdown lead. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Was he on the end line? Apparently not. He's bringing it out. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
Second and 10 here. Send the back in motion. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. He moves the ball across the 20 to the 22.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
On the third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Not the accuracy we expect from the senior quarterback. He threw it behind the receiver.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here, third and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this fourth and short.
And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. Can the defense make adjustments? Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8. The Nittany Lions looking to crank up the tempo a bit. They'll try the right side on the toss. He gets loose. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs. The offense is clicking, and the defense just searching for answers now. It's a run to the left. Defense able to stop the ball carrier there.
Chris, you know me. I love to see defensive backs and especially corners that are willing to come up and get physical against the run game. What a job of making that play in space. No gain because of the play of that corner.
Looking to pass this time. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Now it's 3rd and short from the 21. Defense trying to make a stand here and prevent a touchdown. Defense stops him short of the mark, so now it's 4th down.
Chris, that last carry puts him now at 100 yards for the game, where he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop in front of him, then use that burst to pick up some good gains today.
Kick is up and no good. And the lead remains at 21 after the miss.
It's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown at the very least, 3 points, but instead he shanks it.
Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Quarterback's got it on the option. And the ball to the ground. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. The defense adds 6 points. Kicking team out for the PAT try. Attack on the PAT again, and it's 28-0. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Fielded near the end line. He's going to come out with it. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. Keeping it on the ground here. In the clear at the 25. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a 1st down.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
He'll pitch it. Breaks loose at the 45. He's tackled after a big gain. Picks up a 1st down. Great execution on the option.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
Scanning the field. It's strong. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down. Going with the old counter run here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
What makes a really good counter play is selling it to the defense. So you're going to go one way and then handing it off in the opposite direction. But if you don't sell it, you're just giving the defense more time to see what's going on. They can come up and make the tackle, just like you saw there.
Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
The attempt is no good. He missed it. That sums up the game so far.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal and 3 points, but instead he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
And here's the handoff. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing. It's the 2-minute warning. We've got a blowout developing here before halftime. Here's the second down play. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Second down, we're going to throw it. Running out of time in the pocket. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield at the 48.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
Here comes a handoff. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage. Nittany Lions hustle to the line to run the hurry-up. Takes the handoff. It's Winton. Finding some room at the 25. They stop him at the 23. This offense is getting close to the red zone.
Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
Tackle, but first down.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up the back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Heading to the outside, it's Winton. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Maybe this stop is an indicator of what's to come for this defense. The offense, frankly, has been able to enforce their will in the first half, but maybe things are starting to change.
So off the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 11. Bringing pressure. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time, and now 3rd down coming up.
Boy, the defense rolls the dice here on this screen pass. If they don't hit this quarterback, this is a big play, but give them credit. They were able to get to him before they were able to complete that pass.
And the stop made just short of the goal line. They'll put it at the 2.
Well, great stop here by this defense to bring us to 4th down and decision time for the head coach. You go the easy route with a field goal, or this close to the goal line, you take a chance and try to get that touchdown.
The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. So just before halftime here, out comes the field goal unit. And that one's straight down the middle. And those 3 points will finish off the first half and take us to halftime. The Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Nittany Lions will kick it away to get us going in the second half. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. Looking to throw it on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Estrada. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, A&M. Here's the point after attempt. After the PAT, the lead is still 31-7.
That makes the score. Penn State 31, Texas A&M.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now.
14, set to kick it off.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Lets it go quickly. It's caught downfield. And an explosive gain moves the ball across midfield. They'll spot it at the 42.
Well, it's a great job of working the middle of the field by this quarterback, and he picks up big yards.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? He'll hand it off. Gets some space around the 30. That's a big gain. The offense is threatening that. Spot the ball at the 22.
I mean, it seems like every time this guy touches the ball, it's another big gain. This poor defense, it's just not been their day at all. What a dominant performance by this offense on the other hand.
The offense operating at peak efficiency. They come to the line again. Caught behind the line. It's Winton. The defense drops him for a loss. They went backwards there. A second down behind the sticks now.
Second down coming up.
The offense behind the six, off schedule there after the first down play. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a first and goal now.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
The Nittany Lions will line up now. It's first and goal. First and goal, handoff. Touchdown, Penn State. And the route is on.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield. He may go for a third or a fourth later today.
Point after, not quite through. Now they get set to kick it away.
Penn State 39, Texas A&M 7.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he's tackled at the 30, so a good choice to bring it out of the end zone.
Texas A&M offense will take over. First and 10.
And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. This offense scores the defense with a lightning strike, a one-play touchdown in the last possession. Let's see if they can duplicate that magic here.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Looks to the left for a quick throw. And the defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Just a great play on the ball by the defensive back, getting a hand on it and tipping it up into the air. Boy, anytime you see a tip go up, often that defense is thinking interception. This one falls to the ground. The next tip ball could be going the other way.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
First down, looking to throw the football. The pass is intercepted. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. Out past the 30. Inside the 10. Takes the pick to the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play from any defender, Kirk.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he left that one in the end zone. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly mistake last time, a pick 6. Looking to pass here. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Stopped short of the 25, but it's enough to move the sticks.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
That run, good for a first down. The offense still rolling. He'll hand it off. They can't slow him down. They get the senior to the ground, but it's a nice run there.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the...
Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. Tackle made after a big gain. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there, the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. He takes it into the end zone, but a marker is down, so hold on here. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. That's a dangerous throw. It falls incomplete, but this defense almost had a second interception today.
Boy, oh boy, this quarterback is getting way too loose with the football. He's already thrown an interception on the last series, almost has another one here. He's got to start taking better care of the football.
He's swarmed by the defense.
Well, the quarterback has just too much time against this zone. There's not enough pressure to allowing him to sit back and pick apart this zone defense.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it here. The ball is caught.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Got space looking for the end zone here. And he takes it into the end zone. Let's check and see what that marker is about. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. First down here for this offense. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
He's swarmed by the defense. Crucial. Third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or they have to settle for 3? Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
Crucial play. Down double digits in the second half. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, this is what makes this quarterback so hard to defend. Of course, you want to take away his throwing game, take away his receivers, but then he uses his legs to pick up a first down. This defense is going to have to make some adjustments. Be aware of him.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies. And now here comes the point after attempt. And there's the point after.
The extra point is good. That makes the score.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away.
14.
And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. The passing game was so effective in the last possession, right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. Moves the ball up to the 30.
You know, toss play just starts with the offensive line, whether or not they can set the edge on the outside, whether it's a tackle or a tight end in that same direction. If they do that, you're going to have positive yards. If you can't set that edge, play's going to blow up.
Now it's 2nd down here. Little eye candy here from the offense, some pre-snap motion. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Lawrence. They get him down after the completion.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big 3rd down, know what you need to do, get the first down, continue to hold on to that lead, continue to work clock, and get that much closer to securing a victory.
So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. And now the running back's got it again. Fighting off the defender. Breaking free at the 35. That's a big play. Moves the ball down inside the 30.
What a shot, right? And this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seems to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed along with really dominant offensive line play.
And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Chris, another accurate throw by this quarterback, and this guy has just been on fire all game long, over 200 yards passing, but more importantly, making great decisions for this offense and put them in a position to win this game.
The defense able to stop him at the 2.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact, but that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Touchdown, Penn State. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly.
That's another touchdown for these guys. Man, they have had a day that you dream about. Whether it's the quarterback, running back, receivers, the offensive line, the entire unit has been dominant.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Was he on the end line? Apparently not. He's bringing it out. And he's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. In that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the running game. Let's see if they can do it again. They'll try the option play here. The back's got it on the pitch. Moving past the 25. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Finally marked out after a big gain, but hold on. There's a penalty marker on the field. Let's check this out. The offense with 5 receivers now. Empty backfield. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. They're going to run the option. Pitches to the back. In the clear at the 25. Finally brought down, but the option produces a big gain that time. That's great execution.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. But when teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure. So second down after the incompletion. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. It's a highlight reel diving catch there.
By the receiver. Gain of 24.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. It's an option look. Pitch play to the back. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
You know, in that era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. Tackle is made at the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal right there.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the 1st down.
Offense looking to throw the ball. He's moving out of the pocket now. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they'll set up for the PAT.
Number 17 with the carry.
And it's good.
The extra point is good.
Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away.
Texas A&M 21.
Fields it just outside the goal line. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. The last drive, the ground game was so successful. Ended in a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can respond to it this time. It's a quick grab. And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
It's second down after that completion. And he'll set up to throw. Pulls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time.
Some players just have a real knack for timing their jump, and that defender was able to get a big paw on the ball and bat it away.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Grab down the middle. It's Peters. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line.
You know, they've got a lead here late in the game, and the play calling, I think, shows you how much confidence they have in this quarterback. He's had a pretty clean game today, and this decision to still throw the ball with the lead shows you that they believe he's going to make the right decisions and make accurate throws.
Really solid first down gain. He's just short of the marker, so maybe a chance here to take a downfield shot. Second down after that run on the previous play. Linebackers maybe trying to confuse the line with some movement. Nowhere to run up the middle.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. Two backs now flanking the quarterback. Here's the option play. He'll toss it to the back. They make the tackle, but enough for a first down. Textbook execution on the option.
You know, the thing that's really stood out today for this offense has been the balance. You know, they've gotten some yardage out of the running back. He's done his job. The offensive line is protected and given the quarterback a chance to be able to throw the football. He's been able to throw the football into the end zone. Now they're just looking to put on the finishing touches to win the game.
They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
And they tackle him, but not before a huge gain down near the 26. Another big play for this offense, Kirk. They are not floundering back here, even with a comfortable lead in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this defensive coverage seems one step behind the entire game. Even when they call the right coverage, the offense has made the plays that they need to be able to put points on the board.
Well, frankly, Kirk, we hope for games that are a little bit more suspenseful. This one got out of hand early, ended up being a rout.
That's putting it nicely, Chris, right? This was a complete blowout. A solid performance in all areas by this team. Their coaches should be proud of how they looked out there today.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.